Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. Well, it was the Golden State Warriors winning their last game against the Memphis Grizzlies. It was just a textbook performance. That game was all there. Once they got it going, it was full speed ahead.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. And the Clippers looking at who they've got. Paul George is out there with Anthony. Then it's Chris Paul. Then there's Whiteside. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the two-guard spot. And he gets the bucket.
You know, it's hard not to think of great shooting when you think of Kevin Durant. What he's really worked on over the past few years, though, is his playmaking. He's averaging 4 to 5 assists a game these days. Impressive.
Paul can't get it to go. On defense, the Clippers. It's a three-point game. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
Proficient in that game at the offensive end of the floor. I mean, their passing was dynamic and their shot selection was superb.
You do those two things hand in hand, Greg, you know the result. You move the ball like they did and take smart, good shots, you're coming away with a lot of wins.
Now Curry, following Chris Paul's three-point attempt, lets it go from deep. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Getting back to Durant's playmaking, it's something we've seen Jordan do. It's something we've seen Kobe, master. It helps those guys win championships.
Yeah, scoring yourself is great, but when you're trying to win rings, you have to trust and believe in others. And at this point in Kevin's career, he's all about that ring.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws here for the night.
Boy, last season, Hassan Whiteside made a huge splash in the NBA. Big blocks, big rebound totals, but he had some head-scratching moments as well. Missed his share of action due to suspension.
Now here's Curry. He's coming off a 34-point game against Memphis.
Yeah, not to mention the 4 big steals on the night, getting after it on both ends.
Here's Curry. And it's blocked by Whiteside. And he's able to get it back. Pachulia, good. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. On offense, here are the Clippers. And GA, as you said with Whiteside, his fiery attitude flared up a few times last season, and it hurt his team more than once in Miami.
No doubt, and it's something that he has got to work on. I mean, he's proven that he can be a big-time player in this league, but he can't have the mental lapses that get him tossed from games and hurt his team.
Here's Curry after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one, drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That one on George.
And Zaza Pachulia, for my money, has been one of the toughest players in the league. He's got a boxer's mentality. Even his face looks a little bit like a boxer's. He doesn't have the quick twitch muscles of some guys, but his power and effort consistently stand out.
Talking about Zaza's toughness, it's one of the reasons he has such a high rebounds per minute average over his career. And defending on the blocks, he's almost unmovable.
He really, you know what, Coach Kidd loves Zaza. Even started him over John Henson by the end of the season. I mean, he's always willing to trade body blows down low and certainly wins his fair share of those battles.
Just 4 to shoot. Deep 2 from Anthony. The shot's good on the assist by George. Anthony's got his second basket.
There's PG creating for a teammate. Terrific dime drop.
The pass to Hollis Jefferson. Paul kicks to George. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. The Warriors have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Curry passes to Thompson. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Thompson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Right side a screen. Here's Anthony. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. Anthony's got 6. The Warriors leading. Here's Green, and Anthony sends it back. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. It was the season of destiny, and the Warriors certainly followed through. Clark, the best team in the league all year, and they finished the job beating the Cavs in the finals.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the finals. Impressive work.
And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in. And he's good on the second.
And for the Warriors, they had tough opponents the whole way. I mean, the Pelicans, Grizzlies, and Rockets, they all put up fights. The Cavs in the finals were just as tough with LeBron, but the Warriors found a way to come through.
And now the fast break. George with the ball. Right side, no good. Warriors have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Iguodala against George. Iguodala dishes to Pachulia. The shot's good on the assist by Iguodala. Pachulia's got his second bucket tonight.
And for the Warriors, it had been nearly 40 years, guys, since the franchise made it to the finals. They had a lot of pressure on them to win and finish things off, but they got it done and did it in emphatic fashion, winning on the road. The title solidified them as one of the all-time outstanding teams in NBA history.
And really, the last few seasons, the Clippers have been one of the most consistently strong teams in the league. A far cry from when they were a bottom feeder back in the day. They have become one of the premier franchises in the NBA.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. As you said about the Clippers, the days of finishing near the bottom every year are over. Clark, a lot of that is Doc Rivers.
Exactly. Since 2012, Kevin, they have had the 3rd best record in the NBA. A lot of loyal fans stuck it out with the team during the dark days, and now they're reaping the fruit.
The Clippers trail. Beverly with the ball. He's coming off a 10-point game against Phoenix. McGee a screen. Thompson against George. He kicks to Carmelo. From 10 feet out, and the jumper falls for him. Anthony's got 11.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing. And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Anderson Varejau's checked in for the Warriors. Livingston comes in for Curry. And here is Los Angeles now. And George, here we go. And Thompson sends it back. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Booker, he's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. And here's Beverly. Here's George. George missing again. Golden State's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. And Thompson kicks it to West. The shot is off. Excellent D there from George. Beverly the pass to George. Anthony on the wing. He's guarded by Varejao. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Here's Anthony. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Livingston kicks to Thompson. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Thompson's got 5 now.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
When you think about Shaun Livingston, you think about the career that might have been an absolute rising star after being taken Clark 4th back in the 2004 draft.
Kevin, he was averaging over 5 assists a game as a teenager, and his shot was improving every year. Then the devastating knee injury. Just great to see him back playing basketball.
1:22 left to play in the first quarter. Warriors trail by 3. He dishes it to Varejao from 17 feet out. Rebound by JaVale McGee. The Clippers have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Here is Livingston. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
And a moment to check out Carmelo Anthony here. Last season, he played outstanding. Last season, put up about 24 points per, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And after a disappointing season last time around, he's got to feel like he's got a lot to prove.
Well, he's got the talent. I mean, he just needs to identify what wasn't working last season and then get busy fixing it.
And the Clippers making a change here. Whiteside's checked in.
Boy, I tell you, the Warriors did something that no other team had ever done before. They ended the regular season ranked first in field goal percentage and field goal percentage defense. Essentially, they were the best offensive and defensive team in the league. Remarkable.
Here is Livingston. Wants to screen on Beverly. Stolen by George. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Beverly with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. The shot by George, wide open. Bank shot, no good.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
And because it's still early, I wouldn't read too much into it. There's still a lot of game left.
And the Warriors miss again. And that one is hammered home.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
From deep. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And so the first quarter is in the books. Clippers lead by 6. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. Kevin Durant, former MVP, still feels like he has room to grow. And well, the will seems to be there, Greg, but Kevin Durant seems surrounded by uncertainty. Can he get that and stay healthy for the entire season? How does he work with his new coach? Where does he really want to be?
You know, the truth is, no one but Kevin knows the answers to those questions. And quite frankly, he may not know right now what those answers are. He's a very unique and introspective kind of guy, as we all saw when he accepted that MVP award a couple years ago. So let's just stay tuned on this one.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And look at how the hustle game has been going for Los Angeles.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another thing they've done well, guys, this first half is challenge shooters and change shots. A bunch of block shots early.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. They've got Chris Paul. Anthony is out there with Hollis Jefferson. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Booker in at the 2 spot. Clippers leading by 4. Paul dishes to McGee. Paul passes to McGee. They set the pick. Here's Booker. And it's Durant with the rebound.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there. I'm sure he appreciated it.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Paul against Curry. Paul outside. It's stolen by Green. Paul against Curry. Outside, Green. Back to Curry. Again, Curry missing.
And Coach Doc Rivers wears multiple hats for this organization. Not only is he the head coach, but also in charge of all basketball operations, really the leader in a lot of ways for this team.
Livingston kicks to Curry. Three-pointer. Another miss by Curry.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
And the slam dunk by McGee.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
Clippers leading by 6. Thinking about Doc Rivers being a leader, he was like that on the floor, Clark, as well. You know that. You went against him.
A leader and a winner, no doubt about it. And there have been a lot of coaches that came from his old Celtics team. And of all of them, perhaps the least surprising is Doc Rivers for the reasons we just mentioned. Leader and coach on the floor.
McGee a screen. Paul against Curry. Paul kicks to McGee, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Warriors have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Paul against Curry. There's the feed to McGee. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Pachulia, no luck. The Clippers have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Kicks to Carmelo. Shot clock at 6. Lets it fly from 18. And too long on the shot. Warriors trail by 8. Left side Curry. He feeds it to Durant for 3. And again, no good by Golden State.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Paul, no one around him. And again, no good by the Clippers. Golden State's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Usually you talk about how tough a player is, and you're always talking about big guys. But Chris Paul is as tough as they come playing in that little point guard position.
Yeah, he's a power pack when you look at him. I mean, he's played through a lot of injuries and still has a big-time impact on the game. Most recently in the playoffs, he played through injury to beat the Spurs.
And last year, you could see Paul was hobbled in their loss to the Rockets in the second round. Still, most players wouldn't even have made it back out on the floor, much less been as effective as he was during the postseason.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing about Paul. He doesn't need to be blazing fast or quick to beat you. He can play seemingly on one leg and still dismantle a defense.
Some changes for Golden State. David West is checked in for Pachulia. Iguodala comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Thompson in for Sean Livingston. The Clippers also making some changes. Whiteside's checked in for JaVale McGee. Paul George comes in for Hollis Jefferson. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Booker. Thompson dishes to Curry. Back to Thompson. Takes the 13-footer, and he drops that one in. Now just a 3-point Clipper lead.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Paul against Curry. Paul kicks to Anthony. Here's Whiteside. That's good. And the Clippers lead by 5.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Timeout called the Warriors. You know, you work hard all season, Greg, to try and get into the playoffs, then get a favorable first-round matchup. How about the Clippers last year? Followed those steps. They're rewarded with the first-round matchup against the defending champions of the league, the San Antonio Spurs.
And not only were the Spurs the defending champions, but they came in playing terrific basketball down the stretch, which is kind of what they are noted for. And the Clippers, though, did well, even though that was the case.
Green against Anthony. Dishes it to Paul. Feeds it to George. Let's go. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Curry passes to Thompson. West dishes to Curry. Green with a screen on Anthony. West, good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 5 assists in the game.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
But he gets it back, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony. While we have a chance, let's now take a look at the teams that top the league in shooting from beyond the arc. The Warriors, #1. The Clippers, 3rd.
And it's no secret that both of these teams rely heavily on the three-point shot. That was the case last year. Look at those numbers.
Anderson Varejão's checked in for Golden State. Varejão with a screen on George. Up off the screen, and it's slammed in by Varejão.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
The dish to Whiteside. Back to Paul. Looking for Anthony, and gets it there. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
You know, for Carmelo last season, it was Murphy's Law. What could go wrong did go wrong. After signing Melo to a max deal, the Knicks management expected a bunch from him, but with the new offense and a bad knee, it didn't happen.
And getting back to Carmelo last year, that team really became devoid of talent. In some games, Greg, in games that he played, he seemed like their only scoring option.
You know, we talk about needing a big three to compete for a championship, and for over half the season last year, the Knicks basically had a big half. I mean, because Carmelo missed that half. And when the deck is stacked against you like that, sometimes it's better to fold your cards and live to play another day. And that's really what Carmelo did.
Curry kicks to Varejão. Good! And the Warriors lead by 2.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
The Clippers have gone 5 of 8 from the charity stripe here tonight. And both free throws good for Paul George.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Los Angeles on top, up by 2. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Yes, Kevin, here with Stephen Curry. And Steph, you've had to deal with a lot of defensive pressure. What do you need to do to counteract that?
I just got to slow down. I mean, we're playing good defense, trying to trap the ball screens and take them out the three-point line. But, you know, just got to be aggressive.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exhilarating first half, to be sure. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be breaking down all the action for you. A stellar first half for Carmelo Anthony. He had 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 steal. It's a great bounce-back game for him. Not happy with his performance in their last outing, tonight he's taking charge. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, they didn't let this hostile crowd bother them at all. In fact, they seem to feed off of that hostility.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
What a great game for Anthony in this one. He has 18 points, and he's rejected a shot over the course of the game, too.
And it easily could have been more. He's played an effective game at that end of the floor.
The Warriors trailing. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. Draymond Green is out there with Pachulia, and it's Durant in at the small forward position. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. Out left to the wing, shot from 16. Rebound by the Clippers. Anthony's got his 5th rebound in this one. That's good for George on the assist by Paul. Paul's got 4 assists now tonight.
That kind of power move has become a trademark of his.
Warriors shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. The Roracle or Oracle Arena was rocking last season, and with good reason. The Warriors would finish a league best 39-2 at home last year.
And how about that 39-2 record put them 1 off of tying the best record ever in the NBA. That record, by the way, belongs to the Celtics with 40 wins back in 1986.
JaVale McGee's checked in for the Clippers. Durant.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
It's his first trip to the line.
And a very steady season for him at the charity stripe last year. He was right at 85%.
And guys, if a game was coming down to the wire and an opponent needed to foul, I mean, he was the guy they wanted with the ball in his hands. I mean, shooting the free throws because of his proficiency there.
Here's George. Warriors with the rebound.
Well, I tell you what, you look at the Warriors, and they were actually unstoppable in every way last season. Average home margin of victory was 13+ points. A lot of those games weren't even that close as they let things get tight in garbage time.
Shots good by Durant.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Here's Paul. Can't get it to go. The Warriors go the other way with it.
And more on the Warriors' home dominance. Shot almost 50% as a team at home, which led the league. Shot over 41% from beyond. Beyond the arc as a team. You know, the league going to more ball movement, more outside shooting, less isolation play, and those are all natural fits for the talents of Klay Thompson, who's great moving off the ball, and we know he can stroke it from long range.
Booker, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Curry against Paul. Right side a screen. Shot off the screen, and Durant sends it back. Paul passes to Hollis Jefferson. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And it goes on Draymond Green. Great for Thompson, a hard-working defender. You were talking about it. Do you think Clark, his offensive style, frees him up to put more energy into defense?
Well, you know, it could be. I mean, he's extremely smooth. He's uber smooth in how he operates. He doesn't have to drive the lane and absorb a lot of contact to get his shot off, and he's quick and efficient with his offense. So that does leave him more energy for the defensive end.
On its way from Curry for 2, and it's off the back rim. No good. Paul kicks to Booker. Curry with the steal. Passes it to Durant. Pachulia dishes to Thompson. Outside Durant takes a 3, and he gets it to go. Durant's got the lead up to 3 now for the Warriors.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Paul against Curry. Paul passes to George. He kicks to Whiteside. And Pachulia pulls it down. Pachulia's got his 4th rebound in this one.
1 for 5 on offense. A slow start here in the second half.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Well, you know, last season Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch awkward. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
Greg, Steve Kerr did win over the locker room in a hurry last season. They had finished a successful run under Mark Jackson. winning accelerates everything. They certainly bought into it.
They really did. And people don't often appreciate how difficult it is to come into a situation where expectations are that high. But he also went out of his way to empower his players and really give them some accountability. Didn't try to hide anyone on defense and played to the strengths of his team on the offensive end.
And the Clippers call time here. This game against Golden State is the first time they've met this season.
Yeah, and they're hoping for a better showing against this club this season. Last year they came out on the losing end.
And, you know, with two teams in the upper pyramid in the early going, important to establish that pecking order, especially within your conference. So this game is important.
Anthony's checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverley comes in for Chris Paul.
Usually free throws are a formality for him. I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there.
Down low, it's tipped, taken away by Anthony. And now the fast break, George with the ball. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Thompson misses.
How about him there, just bodying him up to make him alter the trajectory on that shot.
Definitely some very sound defense played on that trip.
7 lead changes now, and we're just in the third quarter.
Yeah, each side having a tough time staying in front.
Yeah, frustrating for a coach, but it's great to watch as a fan.
Green kicks to Pachulia. And again, no good by Golden State. The Clippers in the lead. Outside, George. Right wing. Anthony on the wing, defended by Durant. Shot clock at 5. The 15-footer, and again the Clippers good for 2.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
George fires, and the Clippers getting another bucket right there. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Los Angeles.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Some changes for Golden State. David West, he's checked in for Pachulia. Iguodala comes in for Kevin Durant. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. Thompson for 3. That falls. Nice speed that time from Andre Iguodala. And 12 points for Klay Thompson.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Beverley against Curry. Clock at 6. Back to George for the 3. It's rebounded by Golden State.
And for David West last season, the thought was he might increase his production with Paul George out, but the opposite happened. West suffered his lowest scoring output in a decade, only 12 points per game on 47% shooting. Rough showing for the former All-Star.
Green with a screen for Thompson. Off the pick. And the Warriors get it back. Los Angeles leading by 3. And the Clippers call time here. Well, Greg, getting back to West, even though his scoring was down, his playmaking was up. You were talking about that. Clark, 3.5 assists a game last season, by far the highest number of his career.
Yeah, one of the very best pros I've ever been around. He's very smart. He's tough. He's all about team. And, you know, he makes things happen. Impacts winning in a lot of ways, and those assist totals indicate.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hi, Kevin. Steve Kerr was just going over the plan with his team. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Green. Coach reminded his guys that he is the centerpiece of their offense, and he's the one they want with the most freedom to operate. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Warriors trail by 3. Down low. Here's Iguodala. McGee with the block. And the whistle blew, so that'll be a shooting foul. Great defensive effort there with the blocked shot. But he got more than just the ball that time. Free throws coming up right now.
And Iguodala knows just how deadly his teammates can be from outside, and he looks for them to get their shot before getting his own. I think this situation for him in Golden State's perfect for his skill set.
Paul dishes to Carmelo. Puts it up from 15. It's rebounded by West. You look at the metrics for it, Clark, and Iguodala is onto something. He just knows to look for the best team shots.
Yeah, he's got a really good basketball IQ, and I think it's his selflessness that allows him to tap into that, especially at the offensive end. Rarely forces situations offensively.
Now Paul. A pass to Booker. Back to Paul. They need this one. Out of bounds, Clippers ball. The Clippers keep possession. There's 53 seconds left in the third. And Anthony gets it to go.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
And David West, the bucket on the assist by Curry. 6 points for David West. And Clark, a great competitive game so far.
Yeah, tit for tat. I mean, back and forth, plenty of lead changes, and excellent play.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Anthony down low, guarded by Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
That free throw good from Anthony. So for the Clippers, Reggie Bullock comes in for Booker, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Paul. So Anthony nails both of them. Golden State's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Now here's Curry. To the middle. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
The Warriors have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. And both free throws good for Green. Five seconds left to play in the third. Anthony drives in, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Anthony's got 26.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Clippers lead by 1. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. And so here are the Clippers. They lead by 1. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Whiteside. Paul George is out there with JaVale McGee. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Booker in at the 2 guard. George, that's a 2-pointer. Warriors with the rebound. Pachulia's got his 6th rebound on the night. Curry passes to Iguodala. Curry with a wide open look. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. Iguodala's got his 6th assist on the night. Beverley with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. Right side a screen. McGee is screen on Thompson. Left side, George. 6 to shoot. Can't get it to go. Good D by Thompson. Golden State's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Pass to Durant. Off the screen. And he hits the jump shot. Now it's a 3-point Warrior lead.
And this has really been a well-played game up to this point. And you know what? I bet it stays that way until the end.
I certainly hope so. I mean, it's been a terrific contest, and there's nothing like a pair of teams just balling out the way they have been.
Los Angeles calls timeout. One of the most dominant players in 2014 was Kevin Durant, of course, winning the league MVP. Then last year, cut short. We know that he's now on a mission to get back to that level. And Greg, it's hard.
Yeah, you know, it all came down to health for Kevin Durant. And at this point in his career, I mean, he's got the maturity. He's developed the skill set. He's just got to stay on the court. And really, when you talk about the game of basketball, the rest will take care of itself.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Doc Rivers address his team. He really wants them to try to push the tempo here. See if they can get a few easy buckets in transition, saying, listen, we're playing station to station right now. Let's try to catch them off guard, guys. Let's see if they can do exactly that, Kevin.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Great open look there. Curry's got the lead up to 3 now for the Warriors.
You know, talking about Durant as he looks to recapture the league MVP, he can take a cue from last year's MVP, Stephen Curry. Curry battled through numerous ankle injuries over the years earlier on, only to come out on the other side with his best season ever in 2K15.
And George kicks to Whiteside. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Here's Thompson. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And getting back to Durant, sometimes adversity brings out the best in you. Adversity challenges you to rise above. And Kevin was already at the highest rung on the ladder. I think his opponent should be very afraid of what they're about to witness this season.
It's Durant on the wing. Launches it. And falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. Iguodala's got his 8th assist in the game. The drive by Paul. Warriors with the rebound. Pachulia's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Lets it go with the 3. Iguodala, no good.
That's a shot you've got to take if you're looking for the three-pointer. I mean, the defense was nowhere around.
Here's Paul. Count it. And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. It's on Kevin Durant.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
Carmelo Anthony is checked in for the Clippers. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Warriors?
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And also, I think it's really led to the rhythm and confidence you've seen from long range tonight throughout the entire game.
Here's Pachulia. There's a screen. The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. The three-pointer, no good. The Clippers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. Paul dishes to George. Back to Paul. Anthony right side. Can't hit from in close.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
On the wing, Thompson. And Whiteside sends it back. Here's Paul. Using his post move to get the 2 points. And the Clippers lead by 1.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Thompson outside. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense.
You know, if you're looking to build a small forward and there wasn't a LeBron James template, you might go with PG, Paul George. Height, length, athleticism, that combination off the charts with him. And he's got a nice unflappable demeanor, too.
Green, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And right side sends it back. Hollis Jefferson passes to Paul. Outside Anthony. Lays it up and banks it in. Anthony's got 28. Yeah, talking about Paul George, a big part of his dominance, his attitude. He doesn't yell or pump his fist. He's really the quiet assassin.
Yeah, once he maxes out in the weight, which he will, now that he's in his mid-20s, I think he's going to be an Adonis. I mean, exactly the kind of physique you're looking for in a prototype at the small forward.
On the wing, George. His three-pointers off the mark.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
He dishes it to Anthony. Paul with the ball. Now the feed to Whiteside. Stolen by Thompson. Curry attacking. Pass to Durant. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Durant's got it all tied up now for the Warriors.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Paul against Curry. Paul kicks to George. Back to Paul. Takes a three. Los Angeles with another miss.
Kevin, just enough presence to bother that three-point attempt there.
Yeah, but for a guy that shoots it as well as he does, I'd say that is an easy look.
Oh, that certainly could be costly. In a close one, those kinds of mistakes can really give the other team momentum.
Los Angeles calls timeout. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
He's definitely rolling offensively. You might not be able to stop him, but you've got to find a way to contain him.
JaVale McGee's checked in for the Clippers. Booker comes in for Hollis Jefferson. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
It's really been an ugly game for him as he continues to give the ball away on offense, guys.
Yeah, I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
And taken away by Paul to the paint. The drive by Anthony.
Man, what a turnaround. Sensational play on D, and then the rapid-fire run to the basket.
Greg, they didn't wait around, did they? They went right for the throat.
Guys, this is crunch time now. When you got a chance to capitalize on the turnover, you got to take it and make it.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're trailing by 2. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth. So, for the Clippers, Whiteside's checked in for JaVale McGee. Hollis Jefferson subbed in for Booker. Open shot, Thompson. Nice teamwork to set up the big play and make the space for the Jazz.
The defense got butterflies the second that shot went up because they know he typically delivers in the clutch.
And here is Paul. Outside, George. Right side a screen. 6 on the shot clock. To the right side. Here's Hollis Jefferson. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. And the Clippers lead by 2. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Julia, good.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
They set the screen. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Guarded by Green. There's Hollis Jefferson. A three-pointer off the mark.
A clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Kicks to Thompson. Pachulia dishes to Curry. Durant just inside the line. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Los Angeles calls timeout. And the Clippers making a change here. Booker's checked in. .32 seconds left in the fourth. Curry against Paul, looking for Anthony, and gets it there. He feeds it to Booker, takes the three, and Pachulia pulls it down. Now a timeout called by Golden State. Here's Curry. Green, the screen. To take the lead. Oh, no good there. The potential game winner off the mark. Time expires, and we're going to overtime. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. Well, if you're just joining us, this one has been a great one. We've got overtime action now, folks. So the Clippers win the tip. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, it's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. Pachulia is out there with Green, and it's Durant in at the 3 spot. Thompson outside, 13 feet away. Makes a big high bounce and goes in. Thompson's got it all tied up now for the Warriors.
Guys, he's one of the main reasons this game is tied up. I mean, he's done his part to keep them in it.
Ball kicks to George. Right side a screen. Feeds it to Anthony. Can't get it to go. And Golden State will go the other way with it. To take the lead, here's Durant, and it's sent back by George. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. On defense, the Clippers. It's Thompson off the drive. Again, the miss by Thompson. And Los Angeles guys shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor.
What a sweet assist by CP3.
Here's Thompson. Now Curry. Dishes to Green. Thompson outside. Green, the screen. Tries from 10. And it's Thompson again missing.
You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that look.
Takes the three. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant. Durant's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Green kicks to Pachulia. And the shot is good.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 4 on their shots here in overtime. Paul passes to George. just 4 to shoot. Kicks it out to Paul. Lots of room. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Warriors shooting from the field. 44%, not bad. Golden State moving it around. Pachulia, good.
A sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
We're in overtime. If you just joined us, 2.5 minutes through it. Paul against Curry. Whiteside dishes to George. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Whiteside a screen. 5 to shoot. Paul. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
It's overtime basketball, folks, if you're just tuning in. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
Warriors have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far here in overtime. Here's Curry with the 3. And yes, sir, that one drops. And the Warriors lead by 3.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end. Thompson against George. 6 to shoot. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Well, we'll just take a look at what George has done tonight. 13 points and 3 steals.
Offensively, defensively, man, he has done it all.
All hustle, non-stop effort. He just doesn't quit. Great resilience and relentlessness in his play.
And really just a great rhythm at the line, whether it's a big lead in the first quarter or with the game hanging in the balance. Clutch shot right there. That could be the difference maker.
Indeed, it might be a big, huge moment in this game right there. The dish to Paul. Outside for George. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all. That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here. Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game. And that's exactly how you close the game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure. Los Angeles calls timeout. They're behind by 5. We've got 13 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, coaches tell them take the easy points in a hurry and then foul as soon as possible.
Yeah, but you don't want to foul blindly, though. I think teams make a mistake when they do that. Go for the steal. See if you can force a mistake, and then see what happens after that.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too. So the first one drops, and that brings them within 5. Both shots good from the stripe. And it's the Warriors with the ball. And now they foul and stop the clock. He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. Stephen Curry. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 6-point ball game. Now here's Paul.
So we see the Warriors get the win here. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on in the extra period.
Yeah, when adversity was at its greatest, they came up big. They seemed to relax a little bit once we got into overtime.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
David, what is it you like about the way this team is playing right now?
You know, we're just defending. I think we're playing together, making extra pass. Every NBA game is a different challenge, so again, we just got to come ready to compete. You know, guys are taking pride in their preparation.
David, thank you as always. Guys, what a culture they've established here.
Doris, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in